So you're thinking about moving to Alpharetta, one of the #1 places in the state and one of the top places and most desirable places in the entire country. Well, you've come to the right place because I'm going to give you the pros and cons, the ins and outs of the city and why it is so special and desirable. How's it going? My name is Winston Gibbs with the Living in Northeast Georgia channel, and I'm here to tell you everything about the lifestyle, things to do, the real estate from the outskirts of Atlanta up to the Georgia-South Carolina border by Lake Hartwell and everything in between. Stick around because we're going to highlight 5 pros and 3 cons from Alpharetta, one of the most desirable places in the country. Let's get started. So I'm always going to start with a pro in the area that we're looking at. And Alpharetta is filled with positive and pros about the area. I mean, the list could go on and on and on, but I believe that one of the #1 reasons people are moving to Alpharetta is because of the thriving economy and job market. You see, Alpharetta is home to over 700 businesses. Many of them are Fortune 500 companies. They include places like Verizon Wireless, ADP, Pfizer, Ernst Young, LexisNexis, Equifax. Those are major companies that have tons of job opportunities, whether you're at a C-suite executive level, a manager, sales role, there's tons of opportunity. But not only do you have the large businesses, but there's tons of opportunity for small business as well. There's tons of restaurants. So you have people that own those or franchisees. You have people that work for those restaurants. The retail and shopping, there's tons of that. You could be an owner or a franchisee there, working your way through. There's entertainment all over the place. With the proximity to Atlanta, people want to come and enjoy what Alpharetta has. So the thriving job market is a huge plus and a huge benefit to the Alpharetta area. Actually, depending on where you look, you're going to see an average median income between $130,000 to $160,000 in the area, which is definitely higher than the national averages. So Alpharetta is a great place to be because of that thriving job market and the different opportunities in shopping, retail, food, business, finance, technology, tons of opportunity. But with all that opportunity comes our first con. You see, although the job market is thriving so much and the unemployment rate is definitely below or 1.5 percentage points below the national average, with those high paying jobs and all the entertainment, is the cost of living has skyrocketed over the last 5 to 10 years. Depending on what study you look at, you're going to see anywhere from 10% to 25% higher than the national average. And it's actually one of the most expensive places to live in the entire state of Georgia. If you just look at the real estate cost, I've discussed this in one of my past videos, the average median home price is over $850,000. That's a lot of money to spend on a house if you're not prepared for it. Even the average townhome goes for over $500,000. Only 10% of houses sold in the last year were sold under $500,000. So that is definitely going to make an impact on your decision to move to Alpharetta, or do you want to try and be in the surrounding areas if you get a job in that area. Gas is going to be a little bit higher. Food and groceries are going to be a little bit higher. Entertainment's going to be higher. So everything about it is just a little bit higher. But with that thriving job market and good job and higher average salary than most places, you should be well prepared, budgeting properly, talking to the right folks to accommodate and live that lifestyle that Alpharetta has. Again, amazing job market, higher cost of living, but I think they really do offset for the right person. All right, let's get on to our second pro. The second pro, in my opinion, is your proximity to the major metropolis of Atlanta. You're only about 35 minutes to get into the Atlanta area, downtown Atlanta. I mean, there's plenty of things to do in Alpharetta, but if you want to venture over there, maybe have a little date night over there, go to some other event, Braves game, Falcons game, big concert at Mercedes-Benz, you can easily get over there a quick hop, skip, and a jump, as long as you time it out right. And then also, part of the reason for that big job market and all these big jobs is that Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport is only about an hour and 15 minutes, depending on traffic, really. But the location is amazing for those purposes, close to the metro. Now, the other cool thing about the location is there's other things to do outside of the city. You're not far from the North Georgia mountains where you can go for a quick day trip and go hiking or camping. You can get to Athens for a UGA football game if that's what you're into in about an hour and 15, hour and a half. You can get over to Lake Lanier and enjoy the water during the holidays. So there's just so many cool things to do. You're outside of that 285 loop that surrounds Atlanta. Georgia 400's going right up across it. So you have easy access to get to those different places because of the convenient location offered by Alpharetta. Now, I mentioned some of those things that surround Atlanta or go past Alpharetta, such as our Interstate 285 and Georgia Highway 400. One of the problems, our second con about Alpharetta, would probably be the traffic congestion. Now, during the rush hour traffic, it can get really bad. I was talking to some friends who lived in the area. They said 5-10 years ago, you could get about everywhere in 15 minutes. Now, during rush hour, it's gone a little bit higher. When I've been over here filming or go visit friends, I make sure that I time it out, because if you go at the right time, traffic's not bad. You can get across town in 15 minutes. But especially during the times before work or school hours, after school or after people get off work, traffic can get congested. With all the people coming in because of the job market and the desirability, the traffic and the density and the congestion has definitely built up. It's almost more like some of that overflow from Atlanta. And if you've ever been there, you know how bad the traffic is. So just be smart, time it out. And the traffic isn't that bad, but it is definitely one of the cons you're going to hear most people talk about in the Alpharetta area. For our third pro from the Alpharetta area, if you have friends or you've heard anybody or you've done research, it's always going to pop up about how great the school systems are. There are award-winning schools at the high school, middle school, and elementary school level. The high schools, they have as many clubs. Whatever your children want to do, there's going to be a club they can get involved in. If they're pushing and excelling academically, there's going to be AP courses that they can participate in to go ahead and get college credits and be advanced in that. There's going to be international travel programs at many of these schools. There's going to be dual enrollments with some of the local colleges. The sports teams, you're going to see names of the schools always competing, and every sport from golf to tennis to football, basketball, softball, it doesn't matter. All the schools in Alpharetta are great. It has been one of the #1 ranked school systems for multiple years in a row because of that, and that is creating a huge demand to get into that school system. It is truly, truly remarkable. There are very large schools also, so if that's not your thing or you don't think it'd be great for your child, but the large school creates multiculturalism and you get to learn a lot about different people, different cultures. I think it's great exposure for kids, but overall the schools are really and truly something to brag about. Now, if we kind of go to the other end, or what you would perceive as the other end, is the healthcare systems. I mean, the healthcare systems around there, this is the fourth positive and the fourth pro, by the way, are numerous. If you have health concerns, whether it be your children, yourself, or maybe an aging parent or grandparent, then there's going to be something there for everybody and to take care of any type of illness or disease, chronic problems you may be suffering from. You have Northside Hospital, you have Piedmont Regional Hospital, you have the Wellstar Health Systems, you have Emory locations there. I mean, Emory is definitely well renowned. So you have so many options for healthcare, again, whatever your issues may be, that it's definitely a place that people want to go. And the stats show that about 15% of people are over the age of 65. Obviously, healthcare is a huge concern for that. You're going to have about 50% of the people are from age 30 to 65. A lot of those families are having kids. They want to make sure there's good healthcare systems that are close by for their children. And so for those reasons, the healthcare systems are amazing. Obviously, if you have more advanced issues, you can easily get into downtown Atlanta, where some of the medical colleges and medical schools are, maybe some of the more advanced places are, with that convenience to get there. But the healthcare systems that are right there in the heart of Alpharetta, they are top notch and definitely something to brag about if you're from the area. Now for our third and final con, we've named a few reasons already why people are flooding to this area, want to get to this area. You know, the job market, the schools, the healthcare, the location and convenience to Atlanta. With all that has come rapid growth and development. And if that's something that you're trying to get away from, Alpharetta may not be the place for you. You see, since 2000, the population has more than doubled in that time frame. I know it's a long time to possibly think about, but that is a lot of growth. And just driving around and driving through, the development's not stopping. In one of my other videos, a Google Maps video of Alpharetta, I highlighted some of the different places where big developments are going. So it really is just continuing to get larger. But all these things and all these reasons why, I understand people want to get there, but if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, not as congested, maybe you don't want to avoid the traffic, you see a lot of townhomes, multi-use facilities going up, then Alpharetta wouldn't be the best place for you if you want a little bit slower pace of life. But again, I still believe the pros highly outweigh the cons of the area. That leads us into probably what, if you talk to anybody or you research or you Google it, the fifth pro positive I'm going to give you about Alpharetta. It is undeniable. They have an unbelievably strong sense of community. There are always things to do in the Alpharetta area. You go look at Alpharetta's homepage, they have an events calendar that is stacked throughout the year. One of the biggest festivals they do is the Taste of Alpharetta, where over 40,000 people come in. You get to taste food from around the world from different vendors. They also have an art festival that is a huge attraction because Atlanta and that area, tons of art, and it doesn't matter if it's music or painting or different ways to express that artistic nature, which I do not have, but I can really appreciate. Festivals all the time. The other entertainment that is around there is golf for days. It doesn't matter if you want public options or private options. You got Golf Club of Georgia, you got Atlanta National, you got Country Club of the South, you got St. Marlowe, you got Bears Best, you got Echelon Club, you got tons of options around the Alpharetta area for golf. You have pickleball, you have tennis, there's leagues everywhere. All those clubs have different places. There's public courts, there's aquatic centers. There's a little bit of everything to do. You know, they have greenways for you to get around and bike and enjoy the nature. That's one of the huge benefits, is the unbelievable greenways and systems and parks they have throughout the area. Entertainment, things to do, sense of community. One of the coolest things is all the bars and restaurants they have. Some people are going to play little small dive bars. You can go catch the music, or you can get up to the biggest stages. You can see some of the biggest performers in the world at Ameris Bank Amphitheater. I've been to tons of concerts there, and it is so much fun. Whatever your taste of music is, you can see it at Ameris Bank. It is absolutely amazing. This strong sense of community also has to do with the numerous amounts of different food options and different activities to do at night. There's always something going on. It is absolutely fun to be in that area and enjoy it. The other thing I think that ties into that strong sense of community, as we talk about the great schools and the thriving job market, you know, higher average salary, is it's also a very safe community. It is, if you want to get out and you want to take a walk by yourself or maybe take your dog, there's no threat. It's 65 percentage points lower than the national average for crime rates. So the community feel, the sense of community, the entertainment, those are the reasons. When I talk to friends, or like I said, when I Google, or when I just experience it myself, the sense of community, the entertainment, things to do has got to be the number one reason why you would want to be in the Alpharetta area if it were me. But that's my opinion. I think that it would be great for you to come explore it and find out for yourself. And so if you got questions about what else there might be to do in Alpharetta, I'd love to be your guide. And if you want to know anything about living in Northeast Georgia, maybe Alpharetta is not for you, but you think Northeast Georgia is that spot, I'm here to tell you about the lifestyle, what's fun, the real estate, from Atlanta up to Northeast Georgia. Hit the button to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you can see all the content that's going to keep coming out, and I'll check you at the next one.